The first part of the lesson that I wanted to dive deeper into is explore. The vision for explore is basically as children come into the classroom, we want to invite them into a place where they will explore the mysteries of God within our context. What could be a better way of welcoming them into our atmosphere with with an experience to pique their interest and immediately draw them in, especially for our first timers and our second timers and our shy kids. Bouncy balls or um, different fun activities, and that's what explore is. It's to get them away from their parents and engaged in what we're doing. Um, Now that's the way it's designed, because we have an hour and a half, and a typical church normally is just an hour. We have that playtime, but you are more than welcome to use those explore activities as part of that open play time, to get them involved, to get them. And in your room, it'll be a lot easier to do that because it will be one room, whereas our old preschool room was the two, had the playroom and the teaching room, and so you couldn't really do both. But now we can. So these activities, they won't be overtly connected to the Bible story, but it should pique their interest, and you might be able to point back to those activities throughout the morning. Sometimes they're stations, sometimes we have two or three going in. Most of the time, with this age group and this curriculum, there are at least two explore stations and two options. As you get more comfortable, maybe sometimes you do one and not the other. Maybe sometimes you do both. Maybe you split the group and one does one and one does the other, and then you flip. It's completely up to you guys. I really, really can't stress that enough. It's you make this fit you. This isn't about the way I want you to do something. I want this to fit you. And so participate with the kids during this time. Explore the things. Ask them questions, and even some of those questions are written into the material to help you kind of to think through that maybe sometimes. Um, a lot of times the activities are written for 8 to 12 kids plus the leader, and with two leaders you should be able, I mean, that puts us at 24 kids. As we are right now, we won't have 24 kids, especially right here up front, but you kind of get the idea. There's two of you, we can split and go from there. um, Examples of some of the questions that will be written in there: tell me about the colors you're using, why did you pick them, how can we do this differently, what does this remind you of, what does this tell us about God. And so we start basic colors. They all know their colors at this point, and so then you can build, and you can build to the God questions, from there. And sometimes, there will be things. We play with flour. Sometimes we play with Play-Doh. Sometimes there's even snacks written into. We try not to do snacks, but that's what we're doing. Um, when those sensitive items are around, we will post allergy alerts, just so you guys are aware of that. And on a child's name tag, if their name has a black bar behind it, most of the kids will just their name will just be in black type. If there's a black bar with and their name is in white type, then that child has some kind of concern that the parent wants us to know about. Most of the time it's allergies. We've got a couple of kids in the elementary that we can't take pictures of. Um, Sometimes it also has a pager number next to it if the parent wants us to have a pager for them to be able to reach them. It's and so pay close attention. When you see that black strip, you might want to try and check out what that note is. Sometimes it can be deleted, sometimes it's old. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I can go from there. So explore again is to get kids to explore as they come in the door.